What's up, everybody? Well, I got another Asus G15 Advantage gameplay video for you guys today, and today we're going to try out Call of Duty again, only at 1440p, because it was requested of me on this thing. I can't remember if they said 1080p or 1440p, but I always do both anyway. So, now it is 1440p's turn. It did an alright job at 1080p. It might have even gained like 8 to 10 FPS from the last time I remember testing this. I could have sworn it was only like 110 or 120. Every once in a while it'd be 130, but a lot of times I was seeing it up in the 130s. Completely depended where I was, obviously. But still, it was getting more than good enough FPS at 1080p. I'm just hoping it can still stay over 60 by having on low at 1440. It should be able to, no problem, but just because it should be able to, no problem, doesn't necessarily mean it will. So, let's not waste any more time and turn this into a almost 3-minute intro like I did on the 1080p version of this laptop's gameplay video of this game. So, let's go hop into the game, look at the settings. We're just going to do low competitive settings, just like we did on 1080p. So let's get to it. Alright, here's the settings we're going to run. 1440p this time, but other than that, exactly the same settings as before. But for people who didn't watch that video, we're going to go through them again here. So we're at 100% render resolution. We're not using dynamic resolution scaling or any upscaling of any kind. And we got everything on low for the most part. We got a couple things on high, but for the most part we got things on low. Just the way they were on 1080p. So, with that out of the way, why don't we go hop into the game. Alright. Let's see what kind of FPSs we get this time around.
Enemy soldier incoming. Prep time's over. Now you deploy to the war zone.
To the war zone.
This is your family now. Word came down. We are green to go. So gear up, grab your chutes. We're going to the war zone. Rules of engagement are simple. Weapons free on all threats.
Let's get this done. Battle Royale. Gas is closing on your position. Suggest you hightail it out of there.
We'll just go off and fire lonesome again. And then once I get closer to the 8-minute mark, then I don't care if I die or not. Then I'll start running, because that's what happened last time. I ran away from the gas and eventually found people, and since this is quads and I'm by myself, unless they are real terrible, I should win. I should lose every time. The only time I could possibly win is if they're terrible. Yeah, I was thinking about landing on the island, but I don't really want to do that. Instead, let's land over at the other end here.
Gas is moving. Primary objective is to eliminate all targets.
Actually, I want that. Come here. Alright, and honestly, it seems to be getting about the same FPS, if not better, 1440 here. So, I think we were a little CPU bottleneck before. It seems like we still are ever so slightly. We're only getting 97%. But that's close to hell enough. 97, 98, that's better than none. But that's still a mild, teeny tiny little bottleneck. That's okay. We're still getting more than acceptable FPS. Frame time so far seem to be doing a little better, but we'll see. I think it took it a little while to give me any tiny little frame time spikes when I was at 1080, but that happens a lot on this thing. If I do 1080, it got more stutters than it does at 1440. Same thing with my Alienware. 1080p is just a lot more susceptible to stutters, I think. You gotta have like everything going good, especially an insanely strong CPU. And they kind of cut back a little on this thing's CPU. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's also not super badass either. Like, I think even 11th gen Intel's beat this thing pretty handily in single and multi. But for what I paid for this thing, those things were like $800 more. So you got to pick your battles. Unless you just want to spend 3, 4, 5 grand, then you can just get a top-of-the-line laptop. But then it'll be out of date in 2, 3 years, and yeah. That's why I don't usually go super top-of-the-line, but I decided to break that rule for the Alienware. It's the fastest AMD chip you can get. And people were curious, so I figured, why not? And I thought this was broken at the time, too, so I had my reasons. Though sometimes I feel like I regret buying that a little bit, but it's gotten a lot better with much more updates and whatnot. That black screening is what was really killing me. But since I have an external monitor, I decided, you know, that's not the biggest deal in the world, but it makes it hard to recommend that to anybody else. Not everybody wants to get a desktop replacement and then use it with a monitor. They just want to maybe sit there on the desk like that. But I figure, you know, if it's sitting there on the desk, why not just hook up a monitor to it? And then if I go on a trip with it or something, you know, so what? I can take it with me. It won't get the best. It won't be, or I guess it wouldn't be the best to take on trips because of its size, but its power is pretty awesome. You just wouldn't want to use it on battery. You're only going to get like maybe 5, 6 hours of just web browsing, video watching. Any gaming has like 25, 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes for an easy-to-run game, tops.
You got a loadout drop inbound.
I don't have a pistol. Well, I do. I don't think I got rid of it. Alright, I should get going
Gas
again.
is moving in. New safe
Gas
zone
is
located.
moving. Yeah, wish I was badass enough to just go in there and get you guys footage of me getting 20, 30 kills or whatever. That would be sweet, but I can't do that. So unfortunately we have to just be boring and just run around by ourselves out here to test the FPS. I'm sure a bunch of people watching already clicked off because they're like, oh, he's not even fighting anybody, boring. That's okay. As long as people know how it runs on this thing, that's the main point of all my videos, not how good I do.
You got gas moving in.
Oh, I guess you can't go through there. What's that? Thermal grenade. All these doors are open, so somebody is here. I don't think I was everywhere. Anyway, though, I'd say this is a great spot to stop. So why don't we go ahead and wrap this video on up. Well, alright guys, that's a wrap for Call of Duty Warzone at 1440. And it honestly was getting about the same FPS in most spots as 1080p, so we were probably getting a little bit of a CPU bottleneck. I'll have to go look for it. I'm actually doing the, what you would call it, editing and see what it was getting. I was gonna say camera record gameplay, but we didn't get camera record gameplay or anything today. Didn't have enough time for that, unfortunately. Wished I did. And then tomorrow is Ghost of Tsushima, so I'm pretty excited for that. But in any case, that is all I got for you guys for this particular video. It's time for me to go get started on the Alienware M18 and see how it handles this game. I think I already did once before, but still, it's a new season, so things might have changed, and it was requested of me on this guy, so usually if something is requested on one thing, I play it on everything. Because I figured someone out there somewhere is curious how some of my stuff runs, because they've got something similar, or curious about upgrading to something similar, you know? So, anyway, that's all I got for you guys for this particular video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out, guys.